Bodega, 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 alpha and omega. Siamese sailors sell celery sandwiches. Sawing-a-bada, serving platter.
Hey, Jamie?
Yes?
Did you want to try reading that line on the script there?
Oh, yeah, let's see. You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, that one?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm just not warmed up yet. Shouldn't be long. Detector test.
Bundle your home and auto with Progressive today.
The marmot mangled my mushu pork pancake.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Call 1-888-FARMERS to switch, and you could save an average of $470 on your auto insurance. That's a lot of money in just a few minutes. With savings like that, you could be lounging on an impractical amount of ornate and overpriced throw pillows you bought for your couch. But you won't, because you're better with money than that. That's why you're calling us in the first place. Call 1-888-FARMERS to get a quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Based on average nationwide annual savings survey data July to December 2020. Underwritten by Farmers Trucker Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate. Products not available in every state.
What's going on? What's going on? You are tuned into the Cigars with Mac podcast. How's everybody doing today? Well, this month of January is flying by pretty fast, man. God dog. It's 2021 and this year is really, man, flying by already. Have you noticed the older you get, it seems like time flies, man. That's why you got to be so productive, man, in your life, you know. Today we're going to talk about old fools versus young fools. Yeah, old fools versus young fools. But before we get started, please don't forget to download, like, follow, and share on your favorite podcasting platform. Also, don't forget to follow us on YouTube at the Cigars with Mac podcast. Also, subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, follow, and share. If you have any podcast topics you want to hit me up with, email me at info@cigarswithmacpod.com. That's info@cigarswithmacpod.com. If you want to support the podcast financially, hit us up on Cash App at $Cigars with Mac, $Cigars with Mac, $Cigars with Mac. Anyway, excuse me. Put on a little light cigar. It's called Supreme Cream. Anyway, old fools versus young fools. I think I done been a young fool before in my life. Oh yeah, I think we all been there, but me especially. You know, I'm going to talk about some things, you know, because we all have been fools before. Nobody came in the world just knowing. You know, from the ages of 0 until 18, you were in your parents' care, whether that be your mother and father or whether that be coming from a single parent household. Anyway, young fool, man. You know, one thing about life I learned, man, is at some point in your life, shit has to make sense to you. At some point in your life, things have to make sense to you. You can't keep making the same freaking mistakes that you made 20, 30 years ago, man. You can't keep going through the same shit you've been going through since you was a kid to now you're a grown up, you're 21, 31, 41. You don't want to keep going through these same things, man. Because that's foolish. I can remember being a little kid. I had to be like in 3rd or 4th grade. And I remember, man, you know, back in those days, you know, a 3rd grader could stay home by themselves and a parent had no worries. You know, I used to stay home by myself, man. It wasn't no big deal. My mother trusted me to be home by myself. So anyway, I remember, man, I would get the key and my silly ass would lose the damn key every time my mom gave it to me, man. I mean, she would make copies for me, man, and I'm losing the fucking key because I would come home before my brother did. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, 3rd, 4th. Yeah, I think I was in 4th grade, I believe, when I got the key, because we used to come home together. And then when I think I got in 4th grade, we lived in North Dallas, and I could come home. I would come home before him. Well, anyway, my mom would give me a copy of the key, and my stupid ass would lose the damn key. And I did this about once or twice. Until one day, mom said, "Son, put the key on the damn shoestring around your neck." And I haven't lost a key since then. Now I say that to say this. Even though I was a child, I had to do something different because I kept losing a key. And I lived in an apartment complex where if you lost your key, you had to go to the apartment complex, you had to get the key from them, go to your door, unlock it, run back to the apartment manager to get him the key back. It wasn't a big deal, but some places could charge you for that because you lost the key. They could, because it's an inconvenience for them. But we was pretty cool with the apartment manager. I can remember, losing my damn DART bus pass. What is that? Well, coming up, I think they still have it now. My mother will buy me a bus pass for the whole month, DART bus pass. This was, and at the time, she did it until I was able to ride to school, until they had a school bus we could ride. And man, I lost that bus pass. Well, my mom cussed my ass out. But I didn't lose that cup. I lost that one time, and then that was it. She got me another, and that was it. I was good. And mind you, I was a child, so she understood. Fast forward, now I'm an adult, man. I remember telling the story of how I used to, in my 20s, especially my mid to early 20s, man, I was just financially ruined, and most of it I'll take responsibility for. Just irresponsible, man. I was mature, but in some ways I was irresponsible. Didn't care about certain things. I remember I was so damn trifling. I would only get my vehicle inspected when I got stopped by the cops and I had got a ticket to where I had to go get it inspected and registered. I would always keep insurance, but for some reason, I just didn't like going and get it inspected. I don't know why. Please don't ask me why. I don't know. But just irresponsible, man. Irresponsible. That's what I was. And one day when I finally got my tickets and stuff cleared, I said, man, I'm not finna keep going through this shit. When it's time to renew my inspection, get my truck inspected, I'm gonna do that because I don't like worrying about if a cop is behind me, whether they're gonna pull me over. I don't like that feeling, I can remember being in the workforce, letting everything get to me. Somebody say something wrong to me, I gotta address it. I gotta say something. But it seems like when I got older, I stopped letting things get to me like they would. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I have issues I deal with every day. And I refuse to allow people in the workplace to get to me. I'm not gonna do that. But I'll be damned at almost 35 years old, I'm still letting those same things and same people bother me. At some point, I had to realize in order to get different results, I had to do different actions. In order to get different results, I had to do different actions. I had to. So needless to say, I learned just sometimes some things you have to let go. Sometimes you got to learn to pick your battles. You got to ask yourself, are these battles really worth fighting? And usually the answer is no. But hey, some people don't learn. It's like people we have in our family. They constantly going in and out of jail, constantly going in and out of rehab. And I understand when you're in your 20s, 30s, I'll give you dealing with shit. You're trying to find yourself. But man, when your ass start getting 40 plus, man, the game changes straight up. Well, the game changes. Shit that you could get away with back then just ain't gonna work now. It's like when you're in your 20s and 30s, I hear women and men talk about dating. I hear them talk about it, and at one time I dated before. And I hear sometime a woman is like, man, you know, I went over to his house and he had a roommate. And that's cool. But when you start getting older in your 30s and 40s and you still got roommates, man, that's a problem. I know for me as a man, when I got my first apartment, I was in the military. And man, I never had roommates. I enjoyed my privacy and my space. I don't mind people coming over, and if you want to spend the night, that's cool. But as far as us co-mingling, living together, paying bills, nah, man. Nah, I can't do it. I think black people have a problem with that anyway. For some reason, we cannot cohabitate together. I've noticed that. Why? I don't know, but in some ways, now cohabitating can be a good thing because you can save on bills. You can actually stack up more money. But for me, nah, I can't do it. I'm very picky about certain things. I'm very anal about certain things. But back to what we were saying. Back to what I was saying about at some point, you gotta wake up. At some point, things have to click, you know? Even as a woman, I'm gonna speak on the women right now. I've seen women in and out of relationships, married 3 and 4 times, and at some point, ladies, something has to click. It ain't the man, it's you. You know? I hear a lot of time men say ain't no good men, ain't no good women. Women say ain't no good men. No, man, it's just who you choosing. It's all about who you choosing, man. Straight up. But, you know, when it's all said and done, you have to decide that you're going to stop making dumb decisions. You got to get to the point where you're like, man, I'm tired of going through this shit. I was just reflecting today, man, on certain things in life, man. I said, man, I got to up my game now. I'll be 35 years old this year. 5 years from now, I'll be 40, man. It's time to make some different moves. It's time to reinvent myself again, you know? It's time to reinvent, man. If I want different results, I must produce different actions. I must do different. And I'm not afraid to say that about myself. I'm not. And I'll be honest with you. I feel like I'm kind of behind in life. Some people will say, no, you're on track. Nah, man, I'm behind. I'm behind. And I'm going to take full responsibility for it. And that's something else we as men got to start doing, man. We as adults, not even just men, women too. We got to just sometimes take responsibility for shit, man. There's nothing wrong with saying, man, I fucked up on that. But you know what? I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix that. And that's how I feel right now. Some shit I may have fucked up on, but I'm going to fix it. I'm going to realign my shot group. I'm going to re-strategize. Because everything that we do in life requires strategy. It requires some kind of strategy. And that's how I feel right now, man. I got people depending on me. That I can't let them down. So at the end of the day, people, we all been a fool. We all done been a young fool, but man, we don't want to be no old fools. I've seen examples of old fools. We know them, we got them in our family. Some people you like, damn, you were struggling 20 years ago. Now you damn near 50 years old and still struggling. You steady borrowing money from people. You steady always owing somebody, man. That's foolish behavior. At some point, you got to wake up and say, man, I got to do something different. I'm tired of being the financial burden on the family. I'm tired of being the charity case for the family. I'm tired of that shit. You got to get to that point, man, where you like, man, I must do something different. Now, for women, it's a little different. Society doesn't really, talk down on women like that. But if it's a man, oh, we ain't shit. You ain't shit. You sorry as fuck. But you know what? People like to say we got a lot of sorry men out here, but guess what? We got a lot of sorry ass women out here too. Oh yeah. A woman can be sorry. Oh, a woman can be sorry as fuck. We don't want to talk about that though. That's a whole podcast in itself. A lot of women out here, man, married and single, just doing a bare minimum. Bare minimum. They want a man to do everything, but they don't want to do shit. Nah, it don't work like that. It does not work like that. It doesn't work like that. I'm sorry. Single moms had these kids. Yeah, I know the daddy not around. I know that. I get that. But first thing first, you got to say is, I chose that man. Number two, you got to do the best you can as a single mother. Number one is you got to put all your energy into your children. See, it sounds good to say that, but it's nothing to do it. You got to put all your energy into them. That means your world has to revolve around them. Everything you do is for them, because of them. And there'll be a man who will come along who doesn't mind marrying a single mom. I'm gonna tell you something. If I was a single man, because I know if I were a single man at my age, that the chances of me getting a woman with 0 children is slim to none. Number two, I'm gonna run across a woman that has kids or a kid. That's just the norm. Doesn't matter what race she is. It ain't just black women. It's a lot of white single moms out here. A lot of Asian single moms. A lot of Latino single moms. But I'm going to tell you something that would really attract me to a female if I was a single man and she was a single mom, is how she took care of her kids. How she put energy to her kids. Don't get me wrong. Now, when you get married, the dynamic, it changes because now, she's a wife, and so the dynamic changes. It changes, ladies. So you can't be steady talking all this shit, my kids come first. No, you got to look at it as a family dynamic now. Everybody comes first. Everybody comes first. Not just the kids now. Everybody. See? But if I were a single man and I pursued a woman that had children, What would attract me to her is how she take care of those kids, how she focuses on their education, their well-being, their spiritual health, their physical health. The whole embodiment of them is what would attract me, you know? And then if her kids were very respectful children, that would really, that would be a factor for me. So you gotta stop looking at fat asses, big titties. That's cool, but you gotta look past that. How she raising them babies by herself? Is she always dropping her babies off at her mom's house every fucking day? No. Yeah, a lot of women love to say they single mom, they got a job. Okay, what's the problem? I'm gonna tell you something else. A lot of you single women, you need to consider polygamy. You really do. You need to consider a lifestyle where where you have a sister wife and a husband. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm seeing polygamy on the rise now. But I've been pro-polygamy for damn near 10 years. I'm for polygamy. I'm for that 100%, especially when it's done in an amicable and a healthy way. A lot of y'all may want to consider that. If you a side piece, you pretty much you're in a polygamous relationship anyway. I'm gonna do a podcast on that. On why having a sister wife may not be so bad. I may do that tomorrow. I don't know. So, but guys, that's all I got to say. I could go on and on, but I like to give y'all the meaty part of what I want to get to. Old fool versus young fool. You don't want to be an old fool, people. You just don't want to be. A young fool is permissible and acceptable, but an old fool, nah, especially as a man. And if you're a woman, depending on how you look, it's damn sure not acceptable. That's just what it is. Beautiful women get away with certain things that not so attractive women can't get away with, Like I was saying, especially with the single mom shit. If Beyonce was a single mom right now, men wouldn't give a shit. They gonna try to holler at her because she look good. Like I said, at the end of the day, and I've said this before, stepdaddies are a need. But guys, we're gonna talk about that later, man. I could keep going. I really could. I could keep going, man. But I got to get up early and take care of some business. But I wanted to give a podcast. Like I said before, I try to do no less than 3 podcasts a week. But guys, I want to thank you for downloading the podcast. Thank you for liking, following, sharing. Thank you for your support financially. Thank you. Thank you for tuning to the Cigars and Mac podcast. And I'm out.
nya, nya, nya. Ba, Babue, Zimbabwe. The broken Bunsen burner burns so bright.
Jamie?
Southeast Asian Peninsula.
Hey, Jamie?
Yes?
I think the only line we need from you today is drivers who switch to progressive could save big.
Cool. I just gotta finish my warm-ups. Foul, throw in the towel. History.
Switch to Progressive today.
Santa ski slalom in a salmon skin suit.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
At NJM Insurance, making our customers happy is what makes us #1. J.D. Power ranked us first in the nation for customer satisfaction with the auto insurance claims experience. Get award-winning service at njm.com. This isn't just insurance, it's NJM.